Welcome back, dear Word of Life viewers. Today, we will start on an adventure through the pages of ancient books, unraveling a story that spans time and culture, from the obscure lines of the Bible to the vivid narratives of extra-biblical lore. Join us as we peel back the layers of time to uncover the enthralling story of the Nephilim and the profound mysteries they hold. Genesis 6 verses 1-4 says, "When human beings began to increase in number on the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, 'My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. Beyond the literal and metaphorical, the Nephilim emerge as elusive keys to understanding the junction of myth and reality, leaving us with the tantalizing question: were these ancient giants stories, or do their shadows still linger in the corridors of our collective imagination? According to the Bible, the sons of the true God began to notice that the daughters of men were beautiful. Genesis 6 verse 2. Those sons of God were actually spirit creatures who rebelled against God when they forsook their own proper dwelling place in heaven, materialized human bodies, and began taking as wives all whom they chose. The Nephilim are the children of the union between sons of God and daughters of humans. The exact identity of the sons of God is a subject of interpretation, with some traditions viewing them as angels or divine creatures. The reference to the Nephilim as heroes of old, men of renown, implies a relationship with ancient characters of tremendous strength or prominence. They are also known as giants. Their existence is referenced in Numbers when the spies sent by Moses went to explore Canaan and report back to the Israelites, expressing fear and confusion about the land's people. Numbers 13 verses 32 and 33 reads, "And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. They said, 'The land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. The descendants of Anak come from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. But are they still alive today?' Genesis 6 verse 9 says Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. After the creation narrative in Genesis, humanity multiplies on the earth. The descendants of Adam and Eve spread across the land. The actions of these beings, the Nephilims, along with the general moral decline of humanity, lead to widespread corruption and violence on the earth. In the middle of a corrupt and violent world, Noah is introduced as a good man, faultless among his contemporaries. He is regarded as walking diligently with God. God chooses to act after witnessing the corruption and bloodshed. God feels guilt for creating humans and decides to unleash a flood to eliminate all living beings in the world. Noah, on the other hand, receives favor in the eyes of the Lord. God instructs Noah to build an ark to save himself, his family, and representatives of every kind of animal from the impending flood. The ark is to be a massive vessel designed to withstand the deluge. The flood waters cover the earth for 40 days and nights, wiping out all living creatures except those aboard the ark. Noah, his wife, his sons, and their wives are spared from the destruction. Yet is it possible that they are fallen angels? God declared that once the angels began taking as wives all whom they chose, he would take action against the wicked world of the time in 120 years. Genesis 6, verses 1-3. The text goes on to say that, in those days, the manifested angels continued to have relations with the daughters of men, and gave birth to the mighty ones of old times, the Nephilim. This highlights the fact that the Nephilim were not angels, but hybrid children of manifested angels and women. The Book of Enoch, an apocryphal source that adds on the biblical story, gives a comprehensive description of fallen angels known as watchers coming to earth, marrying human women and generating hybrid progeny, including the Nephilim. While not all religious groups regard the Book of Enoch to be canonical, some find it significant in developing their interpretation of the Nephilim. But is Goliath a Nephilim? 1 Samuel 17, 1-7 says, "Now the Philistines gathered their forces for war and assembled at Soko in Judah. They pitched camp at Ephes Dammim, between Soko and Azekah. Saul and the Israelites assembled and camped in the valley of Elah and drew up their battle line to meet the Philistines. The Philistines occupied one hill and the Israelites another, with the valley between them. A champion named Goliath, who was from Gath, came out of the Philistine camp. His height was 6 cubits and a span. He had a bronze helmet on his head and wore a coat of scale armor of bronze weighing 5,000 shekels. On his legs he wore bronze greaves, and a bronze javelin was slung on his back. His spear shaft was like a weaver's rod, and its iron point weighed 600 shekels. His shield-bearer went ahead of him. The Philistines, a longtime adversary of the Israelites, gathered for battle in the valley of Elah. The two armies faced each other on opposite hillsides, with the valley in between. Goliath, a Philistine army giant, is introduced in 1 Samuel 17 verse 4-7. He is characterized as a champion, a great warrior, and an intimidating figure who stands around 9 feet tall. He was dressed in a bronze helmet, scale armor, bronze greaves on his legs, and a bronze javelin. Goliath presents a challenge to the Israelites, challenging them to a one-on-one battle. He dares them to send forth a champion to fight him, with the knowledge that the outcome of this combat will determine the overall victor. David, a young shepherd and the 8th son of Jesse, is introduced in the narrative. David is known for his musical skill when he played the lyre for King Saul and his role as a shepherd tending to his father's sheep. Jesse sends David to the battlefield to bring food to his 3 oldest brothers and check on their well-being. When David arrives, he hears Goliath's challenge and sees the Israelite troops' dread and indecision. When David hears Goliath's challenge, he declares his desire to confront the giant. He underlines that he has encountered danger while tending to his father's sheep and places his confidence in God's protection. David's faith in God sets the setting for the famous encounter. We all know how their story ends. David, victorious with a sling and 3 stones, and Goliath on the ground, lifeless. While Goliath shares the trait of being a giant with the Nephilim, the biblical narrative does not expressly link him to the Nephilim or offer information about his origin other than being a Philistine fighter. The story of the Nephilim serves as a reminder that even in the face of moral deterioration or supernatural obstacles, people may maintain their faith and defend morality. The Nephilim's mystery inspires us to embrace the unknown with hope and confidence, knowing that faith may survive even in the face of unanswered questions. Regardless of how it is interpreted, the narrative of the Nephilim urges believers to increase their faith in the face of adversity and uncertainty. The Nephilim, with their enigmatic presence in ancient texts, beckon us to explore the intersection of mythology, theology, and history. Whether seen as literal giants, symbolic figures, or a blend of both, their narrative sparks curiosity and reflection. As we navigate the complexities of interpretation, the key takeaway lies in the encouragement to maintain faith, uphold righteousness, and find hope, even in the face of mysteries. The tale of the Nephilim becomes a timeless reminder that, in the journey of understanding ancient texts, the essence of faith and virtue endures. So, we come to the end of our journey into the intriguing realm of the Nephilim, diving into the depths of ancient books. If you found this voyage interesting and thought-provoking, please express your gratitude by clicking the like button. Subscribe to our channel for more enthralling discussions. Your support fuels our quest for knowledge, and we invite you to join us on future adventures through the corridors of time. Remember to leave your thoughts and comments below. What other topics would you like us to uncover? Until next time, thank you for being a part of our community, and may your curiosity continue to be a guiding light in your quest for understanding. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.